Hello, I've just come home from work. I finished work very early. It was a very chill day. It was lovely. And I'm gonna try and do a super quick turnaround. It's just before 5, and as you can see, there's still a little bit of light out, although sun is starting to set. So I'm gonna do a super quick turnaround and try and go for a half-hour run. 5 kilometers is my goal, and just to be able to do something. I have more to share with you, but I'm gonna get changed first, and then I'll talk to you very quickly before I go out. Wish me luck. It's now 4:57. Let's see how long it takes me. Right, I need to get my trainers on and I need to warm up, so I'm not ready to go yet. It'll probably be another 5 to 10 minutes, but it's 4:59, so that was a quick turnaround. I bought these in Holland. I very much intended to buy these when I went over to Holland because these are they're called druivensuiker, which literally translates to grape sugar, but I think the actual translation is just glucose. And we always used to take them before exams or if we had swimming tests or whatever. Anything where you just need that little extra boost. Now, it would have been good to have these, a month ago or so whilst I was training, but better late than never, although I don't want my first time having it while I'm running to be on race day. So I'm gonna take one now, and then hopefully that'll give me the boost I need. I think if I feel good about how I feel today, on race day, I plan to take one before I start and then one at the 5 kilometer halfway mark-ish. I'm hoping to run today and Thursday and then not anymore. And I'm kind of hoping both runs will be pretty chill, although I do want to obviously do 5k before it gets dark, so we shall see. Oh, it actually even says glucose on here. I'm gonna warm up and then I'm gonna take one of these because I also want to get used to having something as I'm running. But we're gonna try and warm up quickly, although thoroughly, because it's been a while since I've run, and then I'm gonna go and I will talk to you when I get back. Yay! I've already done some warm up, but I'm just gonna film the rest for some reason. I'm already quite out of breath. Almost forgot about these hip openers, and my hips were sore after that dance class I think I mentioned. Okay, it's 4 minutes past 5. I think by the time I get my shoes on and go outside, it'll be 5 past. Supposedly the sun sets at 5:21. We'll see how I do. Hopefully dusk will still be all right. Let's go. So much for saying it was going to be an easy run. It was not. I will talk to you after, as always, but I'm going to do a thorough cool down. Yay. Hello. I've had a shower, as you can tell. I've started putting my supper in the oven, so that's good. And now we're going to chat. First of all, I realised when I showed you these, it may have looked like this is one bar that I take. No, they're individual tablets. I don't know how well you can see that, but that's one tablet. And I think there's about 10 in here. So let's actually start by talking about that. So I took this literally the last thing I did before going outside, which meant it was still in my mouth while I started running. And I didn't actually mind that bit, which I thought I would, but I kind of feel like I should have had some water as well. But I did feel like I could feel it in my esophagus whilst I was running, which obviously isn't super pleasant. So I'm not 100% sure. I think I will take it though on the day itself, because the motivation of knowing that I'm allowed to have one of those if I reach 5k, those are good, they're yum. I feel like that will help me, but I've got another practice run hopefully on Thursday, so we'll test it again then and see how we go. I think I mentioned earlier, and maybe I didn't, but I meant to, that my aim for today was to do an easy 5k. My aim for this week is just to do easy things, because I've heard that you're not meant to overtrain sort of in the run up to the race. So my plan was to do an easy 5k today and then a slightly longer run, but also very easy, very chill on Thursday. I could feel, I think because I felt like I was in such a rush, I could feel that I was zooming as I left my home. And I knew it would make it harder for me later on. I also took a really wacky route because I knew that I would find it hard to visualize 5 kilometers. So I just kept doing lots of circles and, going round houses and stuff. And I feel like not being able to visualize the distances, I do struggle with that. And I think that's why it's good that I'm doing it now, because obviously on race day, I won't know. I mean, obviously there'll be big banners and stuff to say 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers, whatever. And I have the voice in my ear, but I just feel like I prefer when I know, in the park, I need to do just under 2 laps and that's a kilometer. And I can see it, I can see the whole circuit. But my time was pretty decent. And when it got to the 4th kilometer, I heard in my head, or in my ears, 24 minutes something. I think it was 38 maybe. And so in my head I was like, do I push myself to try and get it under 30 minutes? And I was listening to Defying Gravity, which is a 6-minute long song. So I said to myself, if I can just push myself for the entirety of this song, maybe it's doable. Spoiler alert, it was not doable, and I got to one point where I was like, I felt like I was going faster in that 5th kilometer, and there was one point where I was like, I must be close to 5 kilometers, and I was still 200 meters away, and those 200 meters, I think it took me about a minute, but it felt like it took me forever. And maybe, again, this is my problem just with not being able to judge distances, because in my head, 200 meters is nothing. But equally, doing 200 meters in a minute means that theoretically I'd be able to do a kilometer in 5 minutes. So like, it obviously was a fast speed, just not quite fast enough. So I think in the end, my 5 kilometer speed was 30 minutes 40, which, I mean, I still need to pat myself on the back for that because it's still under 31, which was my goal last time. And I hadn't thought about that until this very moment. So like, I need to still appreciate that that's such an improvement from everything else I've been doing, especially when it wasn't my intention to go fast. But it meant that when I finished that 5 kilometers, when I heard the voice that said 5 kilometers done, I was knackered. I had to stop. I told myself I was going to keep running to home, but and also it was really steep uphill. And I just, like, I had such a stitch as well, the whole run. Well, not the whole run, but definitely for moments in the run. I was thinking last time, after my last run, you know, I've not had a stitch since the beginning, really. Like, I don't know what has changed. I don't know if it's because I've been working on my abs a little bit more, not a lot, but a little. Or if it's because my body has got more used to running, or my posture's better. I don't know why I've not had a stitch, but I'm very grateful. But it was annoying that it was back today. And also, as I was walking home, I did run a little bit like towards home, like at the very end, but as I said, I did have, I think, a 2-minute walking break. But my left foot, I get these cramps. I may have spoken about this before, maybe not. I used to get them while swimming, and it was awful because it felt like my whole leg just was out of my control and it was really sore and I didn't know what to do. And then at some point, instead of swimming, I mean, it still sometimes happens while swimming, but it also happens when I'm just lying in bed, which is very annoying. And at some point, I told my mum, who's a doctor, about this, and she told me like how to stretch it out to at least alleviate some of the pain. So I've got better at dealing with it, but just all of a sudden, really randomly, as I was walking, not even running, that happened on my left foot, and that was not fun. And then when I got home, as I was like doing my cool down, different parts of my body were hurting. And again, I'd figure out how to stretch them and relax them, and now nothing seems to be sore. But I don't feel like I've had that before, and it's very annoying that it's happened now. So on Thursday, I really need to be gentle with myself. And I'm curious to see how I'm going to feel tomorrow. My average tempo for this run was pretty good. So overall, it was 6:26, but that's including the walking at the end. And the last 600 meters, which was mostly walking, was 8 minutes 50, but everything else was 5:59, 6:20, 6:07, 6:18, and 6:04. So actually my average probably was around 6:15, which I think is pretty decent. Also interesting that you can see that in the 5th kilometer I did speed up, and that I was faster in the 1st kilometer. So yeah, I'm glad I did it, and I'm really glad that I can run after work, not when I finish at a normal time, but if I finish an hour early, and you know, we're getting into longer days, which means that hopefully in the next few weeks, obviously after the race, but in the next few weeks, I'll be able to run after work, and that's nice. And actually it feels really good. It feels really good to come home, change, go out, and then come back and just shower, pajamas, eat, like relax. It's lovely. But there's one other thing I need to share with you. My phone is going mad. That's not what I wanted to share with you though. I have those envelopes. I think I showed them to you yesterday. So let's find out what we've got. I think this is gonna be the bib just based off the way it looks. I'm so excited. Ooh, it's the bag. I really don't need any more bags, but it's nice to have a bag. I don't actually think I'm going to take this on race day. I'm hoping a friend's going to come with me, so I'm just going to leave all my stuff with them, is the plan. This is just a Hoka thing. Oh, this is cool. I'm going to give that a go. I don't know what Hoka Bondi 9 is. I presume it's the shoe. Well, let's give it a go. Let's do it now, actually, while we're on camera. Why not? Let's see if I win something, shall we? Spin the wheel. I should probably screen record this. Here we go. Spin the wheel. Let's win some shoes. I doubt it. How lucky would I need to be? Nah. Ah well. Sad. I can ask friends to do it. That's an idea. We will try that another time. This I already received once. It's a thing to say I'm taking part because of. So I might do that. Oh, after the event you can pin your sign to the wall in Trafalgar Square. That is quite cute. I will need to speak to the person I'm taking part for to see if they're okay with me doing that. I have my thing! Oh, this is so fun! I love that! Ooh, and I've got a timing tag. Take this bib to receive a free gift. Oh, well, with every purchase of £80 or more, never mind. I hope there's an explanation about the timing tag because I'm nervous. Or maybe it's just already on there. Maybe you leave it on and it just measures it. 14943. Not a very special number, but I don't really care. I'm very happy about that. What's this? Tips for event day, travel, water, safety pins. Yeah, I need to make sure I've got those. Ready to conquer the cold, more information. Oh, it's a booklet. Oh, here, what does it say? It ensures that your time... Yeah, okay, so I don't think I need to do anything with the timing chip. Cool. Nice, nice. Now it's time for the clothes. I am so excited. Basically, I think I've already mentioned this. There was a hoodie that you would get if you fundraised £500 and it looked great, but I never thought I would get it. And I've got double that. I should be getting 2 hoodies. Unbelievable. So let's see. And I think there's also like a sweatshirt, which I don't really know how to wear sweatshirts, but I guess we'll figure it out. If I can open this. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, there's plenty in here. Oh my gosh. I wasn't expecting 4 items. Oh, I forgot about this. I got this tote bag because they had an offer where if you fundraised, I think it was like £28 before a certain Sunday, you would get it. And I don't even think I promoted my page specifically because of that, but people just donated. And so I got a tote bag. It's a very nice color. I don't know if you can see, it's like slightly off-white. It's like a very, very pale blue, cool blue white. I like it. Gosh, half my clothes are gonna be Cancer Research UK themed, but you know what? I'm proud to be a fundraiser for them. Oh, I think I've already got this. Haven't I? Yeah. I've got 2 of these. Should I donate it to like Cancer Research UK like charity shop? I'll see if I can give it to someone maybe. I don't know. Definitely, is this all? Oh, but this one's a small and the other one was medium, I think. Is this a small? This is very big for a small. Right, we'll see. I don't really know anyone who would wear a branded long sleeve if they've not participated, but we'll see. I'm gonna do the sweatshirt first because I'm most excited about the hoodie. This is also an interesting color. It's like a greeny, cool blue. Like it's a dark, cool blue with green undertones. That's how I would describe this. And do you know what? The material is lovely. Again, I'm not entirely sure how to wear sweatshirts, but I'm gonna learn, and it's so soft on the inside, and like the outside is also very nice, like good quality material. Wonderful. Isn't he wonderful? Oh, wonderful wizard. And here's the big one. I love the color of this already. I love it, I love it, I love it. This is gonna, I think, become a new staple in my cupboard. Yay! Oh, and again, the material is so nice. What's it like on the inside? Oh, and it's again got that like fleece kind of, I don't know what it is. Got lots of labels here at the bottom. It's been inspected by a bunch of people, which is good. This is stunning. I love the color. You don't get to pick the colors. That was why I liked the hoodie, just because of the color. I mean, also because it's a hoodie, but because of the color. I knew from the pictures, like this picture is everywhere. And I knew that I really liked the color of the hoodie far more than the other items of clothing. This is gorgeous. This is so, it's a shame that the London winter run happens at the end of winter. Although I feel like this will actually be really good for spring and, you know, that in-between weather, I think. I don't have enough cupboard space for all these clothes, but I am very happy with them. I'm very happy with them, especially the hoodie. I kind of feel like I'm not allowed to wear any of them until I've done the race because I need to earn it. But yes, very exciting stuff. Very exciting stuff. I've got so many messages. I need to go look at that, and I think my battery is running low. And this is a long video, and there's still more to come because I've still got Thursday. I think Thursday is going to be the last clip, and then we'll start a new one for race day and anything in the lead up to that. I mean, you've just had like 6 months of footage in the lead up, but you know what I mean. Right, I'm gonna unwind now, and I'll see you on Thursday. Bye! Hello, final run before the run. It's earlier than I was expecting, but also I've had no motivation. I woke up at 7:30 and just procrastinated. It's now almost 9:30 and I'm only just going for a run. But you know what? I'm going, and as I say, at least it's earlier than I'd originally anticipated, so that's kind of good. I've got loads of tissues in my pocket. I'm gonna take one of these now and then take one on the run. My aim is to do 9 kilometers without stopping. That's the goal for today, so that we can do 10 on Sunday without stopping. Ooh. It's very grey and dreary outside, so we'll see how I feel about that, but I've got this. And when I went for a run on 2 days ago, whenever it was, I actually felt quite comfortable, so hopefully we'll be all right. Let's see if we can do this. I do have a cold. I don't know if you can tell. I've had a cold for like 4 weeks now, which is very annoying. But hopefully we'll be okay. Let's go. I'm back. That was a tough one, kinda. I don't know. I'm confused, but it was a good one. It was the best I think I've ever done. But I will speak to you after. I need to cool down and shower, wash my hair, and then I will talk to you afterwards. Hello. Time for the final rundown of a run before the race. What? I think I mentioned before I left that my goal for today was to run 9 kilometers without stopping so that I would feel ready and good on Sunday and hopefully be able to do a full 10 kilometers without stopping. I took one of the druivensuikers, the little tablets, before the run and then one, I think, around 5 or 6 kilometers in. I find it really hard to know if it makes a difference, but the last few kilometers of the run did feel pretty easy and chill, so maybe it helped. The first kilometer felt really good, and then the next few kilometers I was struggling a bit. I don't know why, but I was just not feeling great. And I decided not to stay in the park. I decided to take lots of like side roads. I started in the park and then I just ended up leaving the park and going up and down different streets just to try and give myself a bit of variation. And then I went back into the park and did like 3 laps and then left again and did the same. But I could tell from the first kilometer already that something wasn't making sense on my app, because I reached the first kilometer probably around 400 meters earlier than I normally do. And I think the time was about 4 minutes 50. And I knew I hadn't been running that fast. Like, I just knew that wasn't possible. And then the second kilometer I supposedly reached after doing 1 more lap, which again is impossible because the laps are 600 something meters. And I think at that point it was 9 minutes something. And I just knew, again, my average was 4 minutes something, and it just was not possible. So I realized very quickly that the app was not going to be helping me today, and going for 9 kilometers based on the app wouldn't be an actual 9 kilometers. And by the time I got to, I think it was the 6th kilometer, it was 32 minutes something. And I was like, do you know what? I might just be a full kilometer behind. So maybe I should just work until the 10th kilometer on the app, and that will be the equivalent of 9 kilometers in real life. But what I actually ended up deciding to do was to just run, which is crazy, run for an hour without stopping. And I never give myself time limits. I've spoken about this before. Rather than sort of a distance goal, rather than a time goal, I always go for a distance goal. Because I feel like if I put a time goal, then there's nothing to encourage me not to walk. Like if it's a time goal, I could just walk and take walking breaks. Whereas with a distance goal, it's like the faster I get to that distance, the earlier I get to stop. But actually working towards the hour felt quite good. Not initially, but when I got to about 40 minutes, I was like, yeah, I can do another 20, that's fine. And I literally stopped like bang on an hour, maybe an hour and 1 second, but very much. But I did continue the like timing, and I let it measure me until I got home because I was still quite far from home and I was going up a hill. So I did walk for quite a bit, but I did also run again. I didn't fully stop walking. So let's have a look at the app and see how it registered today. So it says I did 10.7 kilometers, and I just don't believe that's true. I probably did about 7, but definitely not 10. Although I guess it is possible because my time was an hour 6. The problem is this has now made me wonder the other time I did 10 kilometers if I actually did 10. And that's really annoying because I was so happy with my time. And now I'm worried that on Sunday my time won't actually be that good. We shall see. The average pace it says was 6:12. Again, I just don't believe that at all. But again, the map is weird. Again, it's showing that I started like in the park or something. It doesn't make sense. And it says here that my first 4 kilometers, this is so funny. The first 4 kilometers it says were all under 5 minutes per kilometer. And then the 5th is 6:34, the 6th is 6:48, the 7th is 6:47, the 8th is 6:37, the 9th is 6:40, and the 10th is 6:41. So I believe all of those. I believe that those last 5 kilometers are correct. I just think the first 4 are not. Yeah, I mean, this is showing that for the first 4 kilometers, the average was 4 something, and it's just not true. I know it's not true, and I don't know why it's measured that way. But I also don't understand why it starts me in the park. I mean, this is just, I'm looking at this, it's completely incorrect, the map. That's so annoying. I'm really not happy about that at all. Like, I can't rely on this one bit. Very, very annoying. So I've got loads of badges, but I don't think any of them are true. I've got supposedly fastest 5k, and I'm really annoyed that that's now going to be, can I get rid of it? Can I say this is, no, I can't. So it thinks I did my 5k in 26 minutes. that's just not true. Longest distance, okay, that's a true badge. Actually, it might not be. It probably isn't. Well, it could be. Fastest mile, again, I doubt it. Longest run, that I do believe, 1:06. And fastest 10K, which it says under an hour, it says 59 minutes. I just don't believe it's true. I just don't believe it's true. I find that really frustrating because it gives me no indication of how I'm actually going to fare on Sunday. But I did feel pretty good, as I say, as it got longer, further into the run. I probably could have kept going after an hour if it wasn't uphill, but because it was uphill, I was very happy to stop and walk. I have no idea how steep it's going to be. I know that there's an inclination. From what I understand, the first 5 kilometers is up and then the last 5 kilometers is down, but I don't know how up and how steep. And I do find that kind of annoying, but I'm really hoping that just the energy of the people around me and the environments will just push me. And there's lots of things on the race course, so like hopefully that will just, because when I'm distracted, I don't mind running. But as soon as I notice that I'm moving and I'm thinking about my feet or my heart or my lungs or anything like that, that's when it gets tough. But I'm hoping I'll be distracted enough on race day that we should be all right. And the truth is, I don't really care. I want to be able to enjoy it. I made all these different goals over the course of the last 6 months for what I want race day to be in terms of time. And I feel like I'm going to let all of that go. And I just want to have a good time. So if I stop to take a picture with a polar bear, that's fine. If I stop to vlog, that's fine. Like, I just want to enjoy it. And I don't really want to walk. I think those are my 2 goals. But aside from that, whatever time I get, it will be all right. So yeah, the next time you'll see me will be race day. Now, I think I've been fairly good about uploading these every week. I think my race day video won't come out a week after you're watching this. I think I might need a little bit more time either to edit or to, wind down or whatever might be the case. I've also got a really busy week, actually. Not super busy, less busy than the last few weeks, but still enough on that I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, and it's not going to be a priority for me. The video will come out when it's ready, but I will try and vlog, the whole process, the getting up, the preparing, the going, the waiting, all of it, if I can. Although most likely on my phone, because I think I don't want to be carrying my camera and worrying about that. Exciting stuff, exciting stuff. Here we go. The crazy thing is by the time you're watching this, I'll have done the race. Wild. Anyway, bye.